throughout our conversation, you've always kind of sprinkled in the consideration for diversity in the gyms, whether it be the silver sneakers,
Yeah.
not even even your middle age, all the way down to different, powerlifting versus those who are just casual workout people. So you and I talked about those who come in who are a little bit more timid and trying to find their way, find their identity. So what advice do you have for those people who do come to the gym looking for a good gym culture and find confidence in themselves?
It's a really good question. I even had an answer earlier, but I'm still thinking about it, quite frankly. I guess I can relate it to, myself back when I first started Anytime Fitness. Like, I didn't want to do the wrong thing or make a mistake or say the wrong thing. But ultimately, at the end of the day, if you just be yourself, you're gonna find your path of whatever it is, whether it's in the gym or in life. That's going to carry you to where you ultimately desire. So, person I know, pretty shy, very outgoing, but just shy. Started going to a club that focuses in on weightlifting, and with that, that's a tough thing to do for somebody where you don't have any experience in. Shoot, I would be a little nervous going into a weightlifting gym, like Olympic weightlifting, and being nervous about it. But at some point, the courage builds up so much that when you just say, all right, I'm doing this, I'm just going to kind of close my eyes and go for it, a lot of good things can really happen, and that person's already done a competition within 1 year. And
that's great.
Yeah, so no matter how nervous someone thinks they are or scared, they say jump in, just jump in, because you never know where it's going to take you. What's the worst thing that's going to happen? You're going to go back to where you were feeling,
and stay stagnant.
Exactly.
Yeah.
They can't get you if you're trying to find your way, whether it's in the gym or anywhere in life. If you make the jump, open the door, do whatever, and it doesn't work out, you're just going to go back where you were. I don't think anyone's going to regress from that. But if you make one connection with one person, you never know where that's going to take you.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, vocalizing if people vocalize how they feel and communicate with at least one person that they semi-trust or can build trust with, a lot of good things can happen.
I like how you link it back to life, because weightlifting is bigger than what's in the gym, right? It's about discipline and attention to details and commitment. I like how you did that.
Yeah.
Is it accurate to say that people who do come in there with a timid approach feel that this is how I felt about that population, is that they feel like it has to look and feel a certain way.
Sure.
And that's the intimidation, is if they're going to get it wrong, right?
Yeah, you know what? I'm going to pull up something I just saw today because it relates to that, but I can't remember the exact quote. Getting in shape is a psychological process disguised as a physical one.
Yep.
You
nailed it, yeah.
Fitness is not everything, but it does help with everything. And so someone who's just looking to maybe feel more confident in themselves, maybe it's lose weight, you don't have to be the next person on men's or women's health or muscle and fitness. If just going to the gym and exercising makes you feel better, then great. You don't have to look a certain way to be successful in the gym.
Yeah.
And I think it's still there's a like that stigma today where I don't look like her, I don't look like him, so I can't do this, or I'm not doing good. I think that is actually starting to change though as time goes on, because people have been more vocal about it over the years of yeah, so what, you don't have a six-pack abs or your veins aren't popping out of your arms. If you're making progress, you're feeling strong, you feel good, and most importantly feel good mentally, you're making progress, and that's really important at the end of the day.
Yeah. I think that the other fear is also the pace and the patience with
Sure.
that journey, because people sometimes don't treat it as a journey,
Right.
and just convincing them that it has to be, because, and I'm only getting into this to allow you to understand where I'm at, so because I want to hear from your perspective on it, but people tend to, again, believe that it has to look and feel a certain way. So if it's not a half hour 5 times a week, then you can't commit to it enough. And it's like, no, why don't you just spend 10 minutes if you have it to do it? And then if you have another 10 minutes later on tonight, squeeze it in.
Right.
Do you agree that that's a good approach to have?
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
I mean, absolutely. I mean, even if you can relate to that, I know I can. Like myself, like prepping for powerlifting meets, like I would have to train 3 to 5 days a week, depending on like what like area I was in my training, and my workouts for anywhere from an hour and 15 to 2.5 hours.
Yeah.
You know, and I can't do that anymore. Do I want to? Yeah. Do I need to see success and maintain my feeling of what I'm looking for fitness? No. I mean, this morning I got to the gym. Now it was early, 4:40. Didn't get inside till like 4:45. I had a session at 5:30, so I only had like a 30-some minute workout, like 39, 38 minutes. You know, some people may think that's not enough, but at the right intensities and the right movements, it can be enough. I'm a big believer in warm-ups now. I never used to be super big into them, but as I've gotten older, I'm so old now, 34. But as I've gotten older, I realize how important they are and how actually beneficial they are for your performance during the workout, but also the recovery afterwards. I mean, I can do 3 or 4 exercises, 3 rounds for a warm up. It's my warm up, but it's also my workout, you know. And so, a little goes such a long ways with training.
Yeah. Earlier, you and I talked about the great community right now with personal training and just in fitness in general. You mentioned a few people, not by name, but how many people are out there who can help and just create, again, just the unity with our goals. So talk to that a little bit.
So I mean, the Central Illinois area itself, like Peoria, the 309 area, you know, like it's not a place where you typically think of fitness being like dominant. However, it really is, because like OSF, like, I mean, I think they employ the most people in the Peoria County area, if not like it's just Central Illinois as a whole. I believe so. Anyways, could be wrong. But fitness and health and fitness in this area is actually way bigger than people even think. And when it comes to improving one's health, whether it's lowering blood pressure, reducing the risk of diabetes, heart disease, whether it's losing weight, building muscle, there's so many professionals in this area that are really good and qualified to help people, that I think a lot of people who don't make that step, don't walk through that door, don't jump in, that are scared, if they just reached out to the people in this area, that is, one, convenient to them, because convenience is huge. Yep. And then 2, who they feel like they can relate to. There's so many different types of coaches and trainers and organizations out here in Peoria that I think everybody could really anyone could align with anybody in any of these areas.
I agree with that. Couple more questions for you.
Yeah.
Actually, one, and then I'll give some open time to you. But I've seen you grow from day one, like I said, 2014, and I've seen you do a lot of things. You know, I'm kind of redundant here, but I've just seen you do a lot of things over the years that we've known each other, including building a family.
Yeah.
What was the biggest compromise that you've had to make to get where you are today?
Yeah, I mean, in my field, like the training profession, the gym profession, you're not going to go to work at 8 a.m. and be done at 4 p.m. You know, like with my schedule, I go in pretty early, a few days a week, get the kids on ready for school, Paisley on the bus, go back in, go home, get her off the bus. But the day doesn't stop there. Like with personal training, I mean, it's an entrepreneurship. And if you're going to be in this field, you have to be able to sacrifice time. So that's one thing I definitely compromised was time, especially early in my career. Time with friends, time with family, times with Caitlin. And, you know, still to this day, I'm compromising time with people. But I've gotten a lot better with managing that. So that way it's not compromised, you know. Yeah. I feel like in life, we go through certain stages. Graduated school 2014, so it was 22, 23, whatever. But like trying to find my way. I found my way. Then I'm grinding, right? Grinding hard for that second phase. Then that third phase is like a growth phase, but more efficient, you know? Yep. And so you just got to take each phase and understand that there's something's going to give. It could be time with friends and family. Could be your health. With my profession, I can't let that be compromised. Yes. But like for some people, it will be, you know. And it's I would say time's the biggest thing that I compromised over the years. But you know, I'm a firm believer if you put in the work young, early, the dividends are going to pay off in the end. And when I say dividends, that could be being able to go to my parents' house, spending time at the lake, just sitting there on the dock, looking at the water, hanging out, watching the kids swim. It could be travel. It could be just finding peace to where, like, when I'm 50, 55 years old, I don't want to be working like some people I know. I want to be able to just kind of chill, sit back, and just hang out, you know?
Yeah,
so,
for sure. I've seen you put that work in, so I've been appreciative from afar.
Yeah, thank you.
So good job, man.
Yeah, appreciate that.
Before we go, this is a chance to just kind of put it out there. We talked about Never Been Stronger, but you can throw that back in there. Maple City Barbell Club, right?
Yeah, yep.
And then Anytime Fitness, so take the floor.
Yeah, I mean, if people are looking for a quality product, whether it's pre-workout, protein, amino acids, electrolytes, take a chance. I think you'll really like what I have to offer. NeverBeenStronger.com. And then Maple City Barbell Club. I mean, we're just getting started, you know. We're actually moving. I don't know if I mentioned this earlier, but moving into a bigger space from our current location. The current spot's only 1,500 square foot, which isn't very big. Yeah. It's pretty small, but we made it work, you know, and we have amazing members and amazing support from people in the community, and going into a bigger spot for an opportunity that Jake and I are blessed to have. You know, I think there's going to be a lot more in the future for Maple City Barbell Club. You know, I do know what it looks like, but I don't know what it looks like, you know. Like, it could be like powerlifting events, could be seminars, it could be we get coaches' personal training in there, you know. Like, I mean, Jake, he does training, but it's not like we have coaches like Anytime Fitness does doing training. It's just more of a mom and pop type atmosphere right now, but I'm excited to see where it goes. But with like this, Maple City, I mean, the more time you put into it, the more you're going to get out of it. But, you know, it's growing. Slow and steady, and, you know, one foot in front of the other. It's not going to happen overnight, just like fitness goals.
Yep.
So,
and then
and then Anytime Fitness. Like I think I mentioned earlier, we're off of Knoxville, just up the road here, off Knoxville, the old Big Lot space, 8901 Knoxville Avenue. Then Germantown Hills location over in Germantown Hills, just literally up the big hill there. I think it's 116, right? Yep. 116, right next to, it's by the Ace and Dollar General over there. So, but I mean, over there, our clubs collectively are some of the top performing clubs in the nation. Top 10, or excuse me, we've been top 10 for personal training at certain times throughout the years, you know, and so that's goes to show just how passionate and caring our coaches are, whether it's just an instructor doing silver sneakers or a spin class, or it's a full-time personal trainer or a part-time personal trainer. Doesn't matter. At the end of the day, if people or if a coach cares and has compassion and just more so like a drive to help people, people are going to see that, because actions speak louder than words, and people will see that and they'll come back to you even if they leave, and then they're going to see the results that they're looking for. And so just the staff at both locations is awesome. And then give a shout out to Doug. We both know him, man.
Yeah,
so
he runs a good show.
He does, yeah. You know, it wouldn't be successful if it wasn't for him. Sets high standards for us, you know, and so that's what it takes to be successful and see results at the end of the day.
Yeah.
So
I miss trying to drop his standards being there every day. I love riling him up. But
yeah.
Anyway, Pat Thompson, Anytime Fitness, never been stronger. Maple City Barbell Club, you heard it from him. Come check him out. Let's do it again, man.
Yeah, appreciate it.
All
Thanks
right,
for having me.
Direct-